What's up, fam? Welcome back to the channel, to Building in Public. Today I'll be finally giving you an office tour. A few weeks ago I posted an apartment tour and it got well over 100,000 views. And since then one question kept coming up: show us your entire office, show us all the tools that you use, all the hardware that you use, all the software that you use, and today I'll be showing you all. So to understand my office setup, you have to understand that I have two offices. I've got the one here at my apartment and one for the company that I will show you afterwards. So we'll be starting with the home office, but to understand the home office setup, you have to understand how my workday actually looks like, because my mornings don't start at the office, they start over here at the bar of my apartment, where I sit here with the coffee and my MacBook, and I have a look on my calendar. I take a look on all the tasks that I have to do today, and also check on the emails. And when I'm done, that usually takes 20-30 minutes, I grab another coffee and then I go to the office where we're going now. I'm going to be showing you everything. Let's go. All right, this is the office where the magic happens. This is the home office, and as you can see here, I have the same furniture as I have, and the entire house, everything has been done by a carpenter. I really love the dark aesthetic, and yeah, I had everything made, custom made. I'm gonna give you a brief overview of how this is structured. We're looking probably around here on 25 or maybe 40 square meters, including the bathroom. I've got here the bookshelves with all the books that I like to have on rotation. It's approximately 100 books, some of my favorites. The rest is in the storage. I have plenty of storage room over here where I put all the stuff that I don't like to have on the desk. This is not specifically cleaned for the video. It's really always that clean because I don't like to have things around. I have enough chaos in my mind, so I like to have my surroundings clean. And yeah, as you can see, a lot of storage. I've got even more storage over here. There's a bed in here in case I've got some guests coming over, which rarely happens, to be honest. They usually take to hotels. And I've got a safe here, and I've got even more storage up there. I've got my beloved bike over here where I like to sit whilst I have some calls. Especially in the evening or in the morning, I like to have my calls from here, and I just sit on the bike and do some extra cardio. And before we get to the actual setup, I'm gonna show you really quick the bathroom over here. We've got a nice bathroom here, full functional. You've got everything you need, some storage here as well. As you can see, I don't like having things around, and yeah, if you want, you can have a quick shower here, but again, never used. And now we come to the actual setup. Let's get started with the chair because I get a lot of questions about it. It's not an expensive chair, and I've had it for many years already. As you can see, it's already beaten down. I had it in the Hamburg office. We had a huge office in Hamburg, 200 square meters. And when we decided to move to Berlin, everything was being built from this apartment. So everything you're seeing was pure chaos. Everything was stacked with samples, and if you can imagine that 5 sample rounds of one product take a lot of space. Now imagine having 40-50 products. It was a mess. So I'm very happy that we now have the other setup that I will show you shortly. And this chair comes from the old office. It's from the brand FlexiSpot. I'm not even sure if this brand still exists or if they have the chair, but super comfy. I have to invest though in a new one because, as I said, it's falling apart. But it's super comfortable and I got used to it. So maybe I'll get a Herman Miller or something like that someone in the future. Now let's get to the hardware that I use before I later show you all the tools and software that I use. Okay, the most important is probably the MacBook. I am a huge Apple fan. As you can see, everything is from Apple. And I use a MacBook M3 Max, I believe, Pro. And yeah, I've had it for like 2 years and it's doing great. When the new ones come out, I will probably get one of the new ones if it has some AI integrations or something like that. But for now, it's doing amazing. I've got here a stand that I got from Amazon, also in black. As you can see, everything is in black. I've got the same for my iPhone and also for the iPad. I believe there are 3 different brands, but they look very similar. You can get it on Amazon for like 15 bucks. In the back, you see a Mac Mini connected to an iPhone. This is where my internal AI agent runs through with OpenCloud. So I have everything closed and nothing is out there for safety reasons. I have a whole video about it, how I integrated all of this. Also on my channel, check it out if it's interesting for you. And then we come to the display. I have an Apple Studio here and also in the office. In the other office, I have the exact same setup. Why an Apple Studio? Because the quality is amazing, the sound system is great, the camera is great, the microphone is good, and it's also very aesthetically pleasing. As you can see, you know, the overall aesthetic is quite important for me, so I think it's a great investment. And also I like to keep it all in the Apple ecosystem. Then I have you know, the keyboard from Apple and the trackpad from Apple. I don't like to use the mouse because I'm so used to build with the MacBook that where you have the keyboard upon the trackpad, and I have the exact same system. So when I'm working, I'm actually moving my hands as if I was working with a MacBook. So I'm a huge fan of trackpads, no mouses here in the house. And then we come to the hue light system. I like to work in red light when it's in the evening. I have the blue light glasses on so I don't block the melatonin production, and the red light also helps with getting slowly into the mood of going to sleep. But I have to admit, lately I've been working until very late, which is not great for, you know, for the sleep rhythm, but that's how I like to work. In the evening everything is red. I'll blend it in how it looks like, and I work here until 1 a.m., 2 a.m. And then I have the Apple Max that I like to use when I'm in deep state, when I'm doing something repetitive or I'm on a task that, you know, requires a lot of focus. Then I like to use, you know, some deep techno music with the Apple Max on. This is great. I like to use the iPad as well, especially when I'm working with Figma and I'm on a call with someone or I'm sketching thoughts, I'm thinking about marketing campaigns, as you can see in the live stream that I posted. I love it, it's great because whilst I'm working on the iPad, I can sketch on Figma and it shows already at the studio, which is amazing. But most of the times, if I write things down, I don't use the iPad. I like to use actual physical notebooks, and I've had this one from Montblanc for years now. I have a few of these things. I write everything down every single day. So as you can see here, there's a lot of notes from calls, from thoughts, to-dos that I have. Like I write down every morning. I say Thursday, I have to do this and that. And when I'm on call, I like to write things down because I believe it sticks more into your brain if you actually write it down. And I like to have these nice things because it's super important. I carry it everywhere, so I might as well invest into it. And as you can see, also the pen matching, also from Montblanc. I'm a great customer in Montblanc because I keep using these things, and I afforded one of these when I barely had money. And since then, you know, I kept investing into them because these are the thoughts, your mindset that you're writing down, your goals, your vision. So it has to come from a place of, you know, truth, investment, and belief in yourself. So that's why I invested in these things. And the blue light glasses, I don't even know the brand, Jimmy 30, you can probably get them everywhere on Amazon. They don't have to be, you know, expensive, and it's great before you go to bed and you still want to be looking at your screen. And I've also got some blackout curtains here installed because sometimes when I'm at the office and a lot of team members are there and a lot of them are having calls, I like to come up here, close the curtains, put red light mode on, put the headphones on, listen to some deep house and techno music and get things done. And this is my setup. This is where I work mostly in the morning and in the evening until late. And during the day, I work at the office where I have the exact same setup. And there I will be showing you all the software, all my day-to-day tools that I use. Without further ado, let's get over. All right, we're now at the dayone office where everything happens for the brand dayone. For those who are new to the channel, dayone is the brand that we're building, and we're building it completely live in public for you guys. So you can see on the very first video on this channel how we started. until the point that we're now one of Europe's fastest growing sportswear brand. And this is the office where everything happens. So before we moved here, everything was happening at my apartment, and now we've got this beautiful office where all the team members sit. We are now here also in the middle of Berlin. As you can see, the style is the same as in my apartment. We're using the same wood, same carpenter, and yeah, it feels like almost like I'm home. And this is the conference room where we hold our meetings. We have the guests over, athletes, creators. As you can see here, plenty of shoes. So if you watched the last video and you've been wondering what amazing shoes I've been wearing here in this video, these are the dayone sneakers that are coming out. And in the last video, I showed you everything in Portugal, and we actually developed it from the scratch for you on the video. And we've got the pre-production samples here because they're launching in August. And we've got plenty of other products that are launching here. The box that I showed in my previous video, the bar, the same that I have in my apartment. And here, you gotta come a little bit closer because I've got something very special. As you know, for the Cyborg season of Arda, my business partner, we always do a box like this with a piece of the shoe that Arda ran with. And yeah, he ran a world record ultramarathon in record time, and we've got these trophies here made for creators and athletes from our friends group that have been supporting us from the very beginning. And yeah, we do 100 of them with the shoes that he actually ran with. And you know what? I'll be giving away one of these for you guys for supporting us here on this channel. All you need to do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment, and yeah, you have the chance to win one of these. Why not? So you will get the box. And now I'll be showing you very briefly the rest of the office because I've shown it in other YouTube videos, and then we're getting to the actual setup that I have here. Here we have plenty of space once again, a lot of decoration, a whiteboard that we use very often, and again, plenty of storage. And then we come to the desk where the team members sit. Here we'll also use the same wood because we like to have everything in the same style. And then we're gonna go to my place over there, walking past my Marketer of the Year award. And here is my desk. I like to have this one because it's super bright, and since I'm sitting here until late, I like to have as much sun as I can get. And as you can see, everything is the same. I've got the Apple Studio here, I've got the same keyboard, the same trackpad. The only things that I have to bring is my MacBook and the notebook. The rest is exactly as it is in my place, so it almost feels like I didn't change because I want to keep the focus. I don't want to have to restructure my mind in any way. I just want to come here and start, and it feels like seamless transition from my home to here. So that's where I am. I've got the Sonos music system here, same as in my apartment. And again, plenty of storage here. And now we're gonna get into the software and into the day-to-day tools that I use because you've been asking for it. And of course, these things are also movable. So for my meetings and every now and then, I like to stand up and use the stand-up desk. These stand-up desks are also from the same company that I have the chairs from. They're not too expensive, you don't need anything special, everything works. So now I'll be showing you the tools that I'm using. All right, now you've seen the office, you've seen all the hardware that I have, all the things that I have laying around at the office. And as promised, I'll be showing you now all the tools that I use on a day-to-day basis. And we're gonna be starting with the tool that I use the most by far is AI. I use Claude for my day-to-day task. The tool that I use most is Claude. Everything that we're working on, all the projects, if it's accounting, manufacturing, everything is on Claude or on tools that we've built ourselves on Claude. So since Fable 5 is out, we're using Fable 5. It's absolutely amazing what it can do. Before that, we most of the times use Opus 4.8. But a little disclaimer, by the time you've seen this video, it probably is a complete different tool that we're using because it evolves so fast. For image generation, I use most of the times ChatGPT 5.5 Pro. It's absolutely amazing. Before that we were using Nada Banana, but now we changed to ChatGPT. It's absolutely outstanding. Another tool that I use in the AI context is the app Whisperflow. It's absolutely amazing. You press one button and it types in everything you are saying into any text field. And that accelerates the way you're working with AI by a lot. So if you're not using it and you're working with AI, download it. I think there's a free plan and you can use it. By the way, none of this is sponsored. None of the brands that I'm saying. I'm just really transparently sharing with you all the tools that I use. And now we're coming to communication. For communication, we work with several tools. Obviously, within the team, we are using a lot of WhatsApp for WhatsApp groups, and there's a lot of groups that are not on Slack, and we communicate a lot through there. For the companies and communication with other brands that we work with, we mostly use Slack. And there's also a tool that we have built, and this tool is absolutely outstanding. It gets information from everything, every tool that we're working with, and it gathers them at one place, and it has APIs to all the forwarders, all the manufacturers. Everything that we're using is absolutely amazing. We've built it now for the last, 4 weeks, and we might even sell it at one point because it's so good for e-commerce and for consumer products. It's absolutely outstanding. And obviously, since we're working with other countries, we have to adapt with the tools they're using. And since we work also a lot with China, we're using Chinese tools such as WeChat, and there's another version of Slack that they have. We're using that too, to make the work easier. So that's something that you have to adapt on, but these are the tools that we use for communication. Now, in terms of creative work, I love working with Figma. You've seen it in all my videos. I use it every day. Almost every asset that we're building lies on Figma because I'm a very visual person. So whenever I try to brainstorm, and I brainstorm with other people, or I build marketing campaigns, I like to build them on Figma. It's absolutely outstanding. And it also has AI integrations now, which makes the work even easier. And I do all my creative work, all the communication with all the creatives is there, all the products that we have and overviews where you want to, visualize everything that you're working on. Figma is the best, huge fan of it. And we also use obviously all the Adobe programs. Since I designed the clothes myself, most of them, I use Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop a lot. So these three tools are the tools that we're using for everything that is creative thinking. These are the tools that we use. In terms of operations and workspace, we migrated absolutely everything to Gmail and Google Workspace. It makes our life so much easier, and it took us way too long to finally migrate. So whenever we need to store anything such as documents, CIs, work kits, whatever it is, everything is stored in the drive, so everybody has access to it, and we all share the same information. So whenever someone needs anything from me, they can just look it up on the drive and you will find it. It's absolutely outstanding, game changer. For emails, we also migrated everything into Gmail, which also was the best decision. It took us, years to finally do it. And now we've done it this year, and it's an absolute game changer. Whenever I need an email that I got 5 weeks ago, I just type it into Gemini and it looks it up and you get it right away. You can respond emails with Gemini. You can sum up things with Gemini. Since we're doing all our meetings with Google Meets, it sums everything up, and you also get it sent. We have the Google Calendar, which is absolutely great. So a huge game changer. If you're not using it, go and do it. Now, for e-commerce, obviously we're using Shopify. Everybody's using it. It's a state-of-the-art system. Shopify has also just gotten so much better since it got its sidekick. Now you can ask the AI of Shopify questions, and it sums up data so fast. It's absolutely a game changer. And you can also get Claude to prompt things that you put into Shopify. So Shopify sums everything up and you get it straight into Claude to gather all the information if you're using Claude as a single source of truth. It has gotten just so much better. So huge fan of Shopify. Also now you can do A/B testing on Shopify. You can build tools on Shopify yourselves and use the Shopify MCP in order to use your LLMs and have them work together. It's absolutely outstanding. And since we're working very data driven, we want to collect all the data we have from our paid media activities into one place. And for that, we're using Triple Whale as our single source of truth. It gathers all the data. It also gathers the data from your Shopify in terms of COGS or cost of goods, any other costs that you have in your company. So it sums everything up together, and you have day by day all the most important KPIs. You have all the ROAS, you have all the profits that you've done in one day or losses. And it's amazing to have a good overview and understand how your paid media is actually working out. And we also use GetKlar, which I believe is a German company. We got to know the founders a few months ago, and that also helps a lot to connect all the things and gather that information. So right now we're using these two tools at the same time, but we're also building our own tool. So we're getting all the information into our own tool, which, you know, maybe at some point it's gonna replace, at least for us, all these things. But right now we're using these two tools and they're working amazingly. And in order to complete absolutely all the tools that I'm using, I'm obviously using Google Chrome as a browser. I'm using Spotify for music. I'm using obviously the Whoop on a day-to-day basis. I'm using Genius Scan for scanning, and I have a lot of other apps on my iPhone, which is probably a whole topic by itself. But now you've got a very, very good overview of all the tools that we're using here at the company, and I'm using also privately. So now you've got no excuses anymore. And before I end this video, I'm gonna show you something that I usually don't show, because since we're not at the office and I'm doing an office tour, I'll show you downstairs where we have all the clothing, all the atelier, pre-production samples, and things that we're working on that are gonna be launched next year. So let's go. All right, super quick. We've got the kitchen, the atelier, and a little bit of an archive where we have all the clothes that we currently have actively in the shop. But this is only probably an eighth of everything that we've got out there, because we keep sending stuff out for other manufacturers to develop some more samples. We've got products that we're gonna be launching next year that we're working on. We've got products that we'll be launching this year, and we've got a lot of stuff laying around here that we're currently working on. The yellow summer collection is coming out in the next 3 weeks as well. We've got them already done. It's already in the warehouse, so we'll be launching the marketing campaign for that very soon. Then our beloved machine that sews samples, and then we've got the bathroom. We actually have 3 for whatever reason. We've got here a nice shower. Some things are being built still here, so it's not completely finished. We've got here more storage, and we've got here the main bathroom if you want. Also everything made with the same wood. And we've got here 2 different toilets. Here's for the males with the pissoir, which I think is important to have, and another one for the ladies. All right, and this is downstairs. So most of the times the team works upstairs, but yeah, it's good to have this here. And imagine everything that was here was previously in my apartment. So super happy that I've finally got this. So let's get up. All right, so this is the office. These are my 2 offices that I work most of the time from. You guys been asking for it, and as you know, I'm super transparent with you. So I show you everything. I don't gatekeep things. I try to help you as much as I can, and I know there's a lot of you that are even further ahead than me. I just like to see, someone that is on the same journey. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the offices and the transparency. And if you want to be part of this journey of building brands in public and sharing everything with you, we're all on the same journey, then hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, show some love, and I'll see you guys in the next video. A lot of exciting things ahead.